Can I continue to make improvements after I leave the hospital and go home for my arm or for my leg? Of course you can continue to make improvements. Those improvements can be made by interfacing, connecting you with devices that give you information about movement of your arm, or by practice of very specific tasks. What's the most important thing to remember is that a lot of this improvement does not happen spontaneously. You really need to practice repetitively, doing things over and over. And in fact, one of the problems we have, you may have even experienced while you're actually getting your rehab, is that the number of times you're asked to make a movement over and over is probably quite limited. And what's really needed to change your brain, so your brain rewires and connects and understands the relationship between what you're wanting to do and your success in doing it, is start repeating it over and over and over, sometimes hundreds of times a day, because that's the way you go about reconnecting your thoughts about movement with the actual successful execution of the movement itself. So your improvement doesn't end when you leave the rehab hospital or when you leave an outpatient facility. It can continue, but the basis for that continuing is your repetition. You're continuously striving forward. You know, you think about this when you're learning a sport or an activity. I think it's fair to say you didn't learn it right away. You probably got better at what you were doing because you've practiced over and over. And you have heard, and you've probably said to your friends, your family, if you want to get better at something, you got to practice it over and over. And the same is absolutely true here. There is no limit to the extent to which you can improve as long as you're willing to work towards it, and to do so in a very precise and direct manner, as guided, dictated by the therapist and others who are working with you, either directly or through electronic interfaces to help you do so.